Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today I have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer from a place I've been to once and had a beer reviewer that I knew of that lived there. I went through there just a few months ago. This is Black Wheat Brewing Company, and it's their Great Scott Cream Ale. So Black Wheat Brewing Company is from Brandon, Manitoba, and this is 4.5% alcohol by volume. And whenever I see Great Scott, I think of Back to the Future. I do. I won't lie. I do. Return for refund where applicable. Please enjoy responsibly. Proudly, grain to glass. Grain to glass. Black Wheat Brewing. What do we got? Like I said, 4.5% alcohol by volume, 15 IBU, 4 SRM, 473 milliliter glass. It is 402 10th Street, Brandon, Manitoba. A deliciously refreshing cream ale. Smooth body at 4.5% ABV, brewed with the finest malts and hops, giving crisp. And this isn't me screwing around with phonetics or anything. This is me reading right off. Giving crisp malt, slightly hop finish with just hint of biscuit nutty flavor. Okay. I guess it's time to try this, eh? The black paint's peeling off up at the top. So when I picked this beer up, I had done an odd job, which made me $40. So what I did with that odd job's money was I put $20 into the bank to put towards some of my bills because I'm still trying to find a second job. I'm still having some money issues. But after I put that $20 in the bank, I took the other 20 and I walked into Urban Cellars and I'm like, I'm going to grab 4 beers to review. And I wasn't going to buy this one because it was $5.75 for the can. I was like, do I want to pay $6 after taxes and deposit? Do I want to pay $6 for a can of cream ale? And I was like, you know what? My buddy Chris might appreciate it. So I did. It's hazy crazy. So that right there is not really correct, but hey, whatever. Sent out of the glass. Sweet, funky, like lactobacillus is in this. It has a sweet, somewhat sour, somewhat horse blanket-esque scent to it. This smells like a saison. And in all reality, that haziness and everything kind of looks like a saison. Did you guys put the wrong beer in the wrong can? Like, cream ale, Great Scott Cream Ale. Okay. Okay. Cheers. Am I having a stroke? Okay. I still don't know what I'm going to give it out of 10 on how I look at it, but I'm gonna put this out there right here and now. Stylistically, it's getting a 0. It's a 0 out of 10 as a cream ale. It's a 0 out of 10 as a cream ale. I mean, if this was put in front of me at a beer tasting, well, at a beer awards, and I was doing the cream ale category, I'd have a lot of notes on my tasting score card, and it would be one of the times where I get yelled at by the master judge, because, and it's happened before, because you're supposed to be giving constructive criticism, and there are times where I've been in charge of styles, or in charge of a table, or in charge of this, or in charge of that. I've guided people through what a style should be for the Great American U.S. Open for the college beers. They brought them up to Ontario, and they were serving them at one of the breweries in the Niagara region. And Kevin Somerville was in charge of one of the tables. Jordan St. John was in charge of another, and I was in charge of mine. And we were the BGCP affiliated judges, and then the rest of our table were not. And what you would do is your beer would be put in front of you, well, your style would be put in front of you, and you would have all the beers from that style, be it 1 to 5 or 1 to 30, depending on which style you had put in front of you. And as the person in charge of the table, who had the affiliation, you were supposed to help the people that didn't know what they're looking for in the beer style. Know what all the different criterions are for each different style. This does not meet the style. It doesn't. Is it a horrible beer? No, there's no off. Well, I shouldn't say there's no off. There's no brewing fault flavors or anything like that, and there's no off flavors that you would expect from a brewing fault in this. There's some odd flavors that I don't understand why I'm picking up in this beer, but that's an entirely different story. It reminds me of a Saison. It has a little bit of a pepperiness. It has a little bit of a sweetness. It has a tiny touch of almost sour. Almost a minty flavor in there. And there's something that's reminding me of like nutmeg, allspice, cardamom. It kind of reminds me of a pumpkin spice beer. It reminds me of a hybrid between a pumpkin spice beer and a Saison. Excuse me. This is fucking with my head. What the fuck? Little bit of a minty and cut grass sensation in the back end, with a little bit of that pepperiness. The sweetness and the spices are up at the forefront. It's not a bad beer. It's just not what I expected at all. And I think that's where I'm messed up with this. Like, that's not what I expected it to be. Oh, excuse me. So stylistically, as a cream ale, that's a 0 out of 10. For me personally, that's a 7. I would buy that again. I actually kind of like it. It's just, it throws you off because Cream ale. I was expecting a cream ale. I wasn't expecting what I ended up getting. I wasn't. Anyway, YouTube, thanks. Bye.